All right, we're looking at fingerstyle. PIMA, thumb, index, middle, ring finger. Home position, thumb on the bottom 4 strings, strings 6, 5, 4, and index, middle, and ring on the top 3 strings. So there's our start position. We're just going to keep this as open strings. And here's a great exercise that I'd like you to do. It's in 6/8, and it's just simply thumb on the bottom string, index, middle, ring, middle, index. Now, it's not quite as simple as that when you're thinking about building a good solid foundation for your technique. So let's tear that up a little bit and take a closer look at what's actually happening. I start with my fingers in home position. In other words, they're all down, sitting on the string. So my first thumb stroke falls into the A note, and I rest there. And then I remove one finger. I attack with one finger at a time into the palm of my hand. Right? So I'm not attacking outward this way. I'm not colliding with my thumb, right? The thumb isn't back here in this position. The thumb is across the fingers so that I'm essentially making a fist when I'm playing. You'll notice that on the second stroke, my A finger is still on the top string. Right? And then as I come, so let's just talk about just that much again. PIMA. Rest, into the palm of my hand, into the palm, into the palm. Right, now as we go back, at this point, all my fingers are off with the exception of the thumb, giving me the stability in my right hand. So the thumb is providing the stability. I'm never in a place where all my fingers are off the strings. And then I come back down, working against my thumb. You see, like that, right? The thumb is not floating in outer space, thereby not giving me any control of dynamics with my fingers I, M, and A. I'm always doing this. I'm gripping against that thumb. So what at first might seem like a really simple exercise, and anyone can do that, is really not a simple exercise. These exercises are for building fundamentals into your playing. Fundamentals that will eventually make your playing really, really comfortable and secure, and ultimately musical. So let's expand on this a little bit, and I'm going to give you another dimension to this exercise, and that's accenting each of the fingers. We'll start with the index. We won't go too quickly. Listen. Clearly hear that the arpeggio starts to sound a little bit different, right? And now let's accent this middle finger. And then let's accent the ring. Now, typically, because the thumb is so strong, and because we're using a rest stroke here, rest stroke meaning I'm coming to rest on another string, the thumb is going to tend to always come out pretty strongly, and you want it to anyway, because that way you can define bass lines as you move forward. I would suggest practicing really evenly, really slowly, and don't get carried away. Really work on the right hand technique and making that technique sound balanced and that you can repeat it very simply, very easily, and with consistency is the word I'm looking for. All right, G, a major chord. You can add a chord like this if you like, and with the baby finger. Once you start to feel comfortable, with this 6/8 pattern, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? You can move to another chord if you like. C. Keep the G up there. C. You get the idea, right? So we have thumb, I, M, A, M, I. But the important thing here is not just to by rote memorize this right hand pattern, as an arpeggio, and then just go at it. Watch that you're following these principles of right hand technique. Rest, stroke in the thumb. Never leave. Never be in a place where you're floating off the strings, right? Try to avoid that at all costs. Actually, that goes for both hands, but we're just talking about the right hand right now. So don't just float in outer space. In other words, this attack is not the attack we're looking for, right? Thumb floating in outer space, and now you've got nothing to work against, no stability. This is going to really, if you want to be a strong fingerstyle player and feel comfortable for long lengths of time, following these fundamentals is what it's all about. You're building a foundation that'll be rock solid. So make sure that you're aware of each of these techniques that are being demonstrated. One being rest stroke, underneath the thumb, each of these fingers underneath the thumb into the palm of the hand, and then also the whole idea of returning to home position. You see, if I slowed this down, it would. If I do it like this, let's say if I just pray boom. It looks like I'm just playing PIMA, and so on. But actually, if I slowed it way down, cranked it way back, what I'm actually doing is planting. Plant. And even though you may not be able to see that when it comes up to speed, it's there. You're planting all the time. You're never losing contact with the strings with your right hand.